Hey everybody, it's your girl Nell, and I have one question for you. What's up with Snoop? What's up with the homie? Huh? What is up with Snoop D-O-double-G? I mean, oh my God. And you may be saying to yourself, what's going on now? But I think some of you already know. And if not, let me be the first to tell you. Girl, child, why is it that reports broke out last night that Snoop Dogg, and actually the first reports of this happened, I want to say Thursday. Thursday is when the story first started breaking that Snoop Dogg was going to perform at the pre-inaugural festivities, notably the crypto ball for 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald John Trump. Okay, that news started breaking on Thursday, but the internet exploded last night. And I believe it was Hollywood Unlocked that actually posted the footage, the actual footage of Snoop performing at Trump's crypto ball. Everyone was hot about it. I wasn't hot. I was dismayed. I was surprised. I was disheartened. So I just promptly unfollowed Snoop. And as I said, Snoop has been the homie to me since 91 or 92 when I first heard him rhyme. And that was on Dr. Dre's Nothing But a G Thing. Okay? Love that song. Love that song, you know? Death Row is the label that pays me. You know, and then, you know, he went on to have his own solo effort, which was, I believe it was called What's My Name? I think that was in 93. I want to say 93, 94. And you had What's My Name? Then you had the classic, the iconic Gin and Juice. Okay. I mean, Snoop is an icon in the African American community. He really, truly is. And then I just love Snoop. Okay. I'm a Snoop Dogg fan, a Snoop D-O-double-G fan. Truly. All right. However, I had to unfollow him, which is something that I've been doing a lot of in recent years, is unfollowing people, unfriending people, blocking people, because I'm all about preserving my peace. I'm not going to be arguing with anybody online. I'm not going to be debating with people online. I'm not going to do any of that mess. I'm just going to block you, unfriend you, and unfollow you. And if you are running counter to my purposes and my goals, I will most definitely unfollow you. It's just like the same principle in real life. There are certain people that I do not run with, I do not associate with, because our purposes and mission in life are not aligned, you know? So to find out that, you know, the homie Snoop is performing at, you know, or performed at the crypto ball for Donald John Trump, 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon. I was trying to figure out the reasoning behind that. Now, before we get into the reasoning, which I do not know, let me just say that the optics of it was bad. The optics itself wasn't good. You know, and I just want to say, and I hate to have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay. Everyone has to exercise a level of freedom, of speech, of rights. Okay. What did the Constitution call it? Inalienable rights. We all have inalienable rights in this country. Okay. As long as they do not encroach upon the rights of others, and as long as it's not criminal or illegal, right? So we all can make decisions for ourselves, but we have to accept the consequences for the decisions that we make. And we also have to understand that there's going to be some type of commentary on the decisions that we make, right? And so this is one of those times when there is commentary on the decision that Snoop made. Okay. Now I understand everything about being able or being in a position to provide for your family. I know it's a money thing. And we all know that Snoop doing what he did, of course, he would not have done so for free. So it's about money. All right. But perhaps, and which is lingering on in the minds of a lot of Black America today, is, has Snoop aligned himself with the enemy, with the op? Who's the enemy and who's the op? The enemy and the op is one and the same, which is Donald J. Trump. Okay, 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald Trump. That guy is the op. He is the op, the enemy of the African American community. I don't want to hear any crap about, oh, Donald J. Trump has done so much for the community. No, he has not. Donald J. Trump hasn't done anything for the Black community. He has not. And number two is Donald J. Trump hasn't done anything for poor white Americans either. Disenfranchised white Americans. He hasn't done anything for them. He hasn't done anything for middle-class white Americans. If you're this color or lighter, what has Donald Trump exactly done for you? Nothing. But who has benefited from the presidency of 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald J. Trump? Who has benefited? The upper echelon of America. The millionaires and billionaires, the one percenters, those are the ones who benefited during Donald J. Trump's 45, his 45th presidency, and those are the same ones who will benefit from this presidency that's getting ready to occur on Monday. Okay? Regardless of what you say, the statistics will prove otherwise. Donald J. Trump is not for Black people. He's not for any of the minorities, as we already know. Okay? Donald J. Trump is for himself and for people just like him. So to find out that Snoop Dogg, who grew up in the hood, disenfranchised, okay, and he grew up in the, I'm thinking he was born in what, 71, 72, 73, somewhere in there. He grew up in a time period where the Republican Party basically decimated the Black community. He grew up in a serious hood. He grew up doing Reaganomics, okay? And Ronald Reagan, oh my God, he was the purveyor of all things evil that happened to the Black community in the 80s. Okay? Now, homie, Snoop, he grew up knowing that. He grew up in the midst of that. Okay? Most of what we consider, what some people consider West or gangster rap or West Coast rap or West Coast hip hop, that came out of and was generated by the politics of the Republican Party. Okay? If you ever listen to Snoop Dogg's records or Dr. Dre's records or NWA's records or I'm trying to get on trying to think of some more West Coast artists, Ice-T. If you ever really got into some West Coast hip hop, then you would know West Coast hip hop was totally anti-Republican down the line. Okay? Because at the time, Republicans had this thing where, and then, you know, when Clinton came in, you know, it got worse. You couldn't tell really the Democratic Party from the Republican Party. And if you did, that distinction was very narrow at times. But when you think of West Coast hip hop, and you think of where Snoop came in relation to that and how he came up in the struggle and in the hood, it makes one pause to know that he would be getting money or hitching himself to someone like Donald J. Trump, who has already told Black America what he's going to do to us during the next 4 years of his administration. Donald Trump is already setting it up for the dismantling of key programs that help African Americans. So when people say to me in the comment section of my videos that Donald Trump has done the most for Black America, I want to say this: whatever you think he's done for Black Americans, he's getting ready to undo through Project 2025. Okay, have you not read 2025? I have. I've read it. That was a big old book, 900 plus pages. That's like a manifesto on what the Trump administration is going to do. And please do not get in the comment section and say that Donald Trump said that he didn't know anything about Project 2025. Because if you believe that, then there's no reason for you to continue listening to this video. Because everyone associated with the Project 2025, everyone associated with it was associated with Donald J. Trump, were key members in his previous administration. And some of the people who authored chapters of Project 2025 will become part of the new Trump administration. So please, 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 please do not come at me with that type of nonsense, because I am part of the 92%. Flat out, I am part of the 92%. I am also an educated Black woman. So I read, I research, I investigate. I don't get my information from the lettered mass media. I do my own research. So when I hear, or when I saw that Snoop Dogg decided that he was going to perform for 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald John Trump, when I saw that, I was dismayed, disappointed, surprised. Because what it sounds like to me is if it's either all about the money, or perhaps Snoop Dogg has forgotten where he once was. Maybe Snoop Dogg is out of touch with Black America. Maybe he feels it's really all about him and his family and creating generational wealth for himself and his children and grandchildren. Maybe this is what it's all about. But as a public figure, a celebrity, and an icon in the Black community, it's so much more than just that. Yes, it could simply just be a situation, as Snoop said in the past, his mind was on the money and the money was on his mind. But there's one important thing that we seem to forget at times. It's that all money ain't good money. I'll say it again. All money ain't good money. To lose your fan base, your thinking, intelligent fan base, to have your character questioned in such a way, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. And to be such a revered, iconic figure in the Black community, and then hitch your wagon to a man that's deliberately attacking the Black community, it really, really makes one sit back and think hard, really, really hard, about who it is that we uplift in this community, because that's going to be the next conversation that we all have. Who is it that we spend our coins on, and are they worth spending our coins on? Are they really worth it? Because at this point, To me, the answer is no. I'm not following Snoop on any platforms, and I have Snoop CDs. That's all right. I'm not going to be trashing them or burning them, but I won't be purchasing anything else, and I will not be supporting him in that manner anymore. Because in essence, what he just stated by performing and getting that check from Donald J. Trump, getting that Trump check, as Nene Leakes said in the past, what he showed us or shown me is that he could give two flying F's about Black America. The same Black people that revered him and supported him. He could really give two flying fucks about us. He don't care. Because money is on his mind and his mind is on his money. And that's what it's really all about. It's not about the suffering of an entire nation of people, or the suffering the impending suffering that's about to take place when Donald J. Trump, 45, soon to be 47, 34-time convicted felon, takes office on Monday. I mean, my goodness, Snoop, out of all the times in history, you would take this particular moment to do that for some money, for some strange money. You would sacrifice your reputation, your character, your iconic standing in the Black community to take a few million, okay, maybe $20 million. I don't know, but you know it was in the millions, and you know it had to be good. You would sit back and you would throw everything away. You would jeopardize that just to prove a point. What's the point? Besides the fact that you're autonomous, besides the fact that, hey, you have that right. I mean, in many regards, we all have rights. We all have freedoms. But morally and ethically, is it the right choice? Morally and ethically, should we be moving in that direction like this? That's the question that I have for Snoop. Was it worth it? And he might answer, hell yeah, it is worth it. It was worth it. Now, I did what I wanted to do. And so we all have to make those choices. We all have to eventually do what it is that we want to do. But I really feel that when our celebrities and icons get up here and they make these choices to support someone that is counterproductive to everything that we have been struggling for and struggling against in this country, to put your support, to hitch your wagon to this man, to wave your flag on top of this man's parade, it make me think twice about your character, Mr. Snoop Dogg, Mr. Brodus. It makes me think twice. It really, really does. And that goes along and goes to anybody who is a part of the African American community who at this point is hitching their little wagon to the Trump administration to be. It's the same thing. Just like during the 45's first administration, and you remember what happened to Chrisette Michelle? Do you guys remember that? She got totally iced out. Totally, for singing at one of his inauguration dinners. You guys remember that? I didn't see anybody in white America hire Chrisette Michelle to do anything else. I didn't see them coming to her. I didn't see them starting to go fund for her. I didn't see any of that mess. And I'm sure the money was good. But as Chrisette Michelle would tell you, that was the biggest mistake she made for her career. The biggest mistake. Now, I don't know what Black America plans and intends to do about Snoop Dogg, because that's a whole different conversation. It goes into a little bit, to have a little bit of sexism within the Black community. When we talk about, will the Black community blackball or blacklist Snoop Dogg like we did Chrisette Michelle, I don't know how that's going to play out, because there is, people still bump R. Kelly. Black people, I mean. And we all know about R. Kelly, but there are still defenders of him, and there are still people who feel as if, support him. So as I am sure that there will be people who will continue to support Snoop, but a lot of thinking African Americans will not. And that's the consequence. And I'm sure there are going to be so many more Black people who are going to hitch their red wagon to the new Trump administration. For whatever the reason. It could be cowardice, or it could be a simple case of money. But remember, 92% of Black women and 78% of Black men voted for VP Kamala Harris. That's a fact. So the 8% or so of Black women who did not vote for VP Harris, and the the 20-something% of Black men who didn't vote for VP Harris, plus those millions of people who decided to vote the couch, well, these will be the ones that will continue to support Snoop Dogg. And any and every other person, Black person, who supports Donald Trump. But that won't be the majority of people, and that won't be the global majority, because that's one thing that we should never forget, that Black people, people of African descent, we are the global majority. And we may not be the global majority here in the United States of America, but we're the global majority around the world, and that encompasses the United States of America. And the majority of us, the global majority, is not happy and does not support Donald J. Trump at all. And that's the real story. That's the real deal, Holyfield. So, Snoop, I hope that check was worth it, because the only thing that it did was it revealed something to Black America about you. It reveals not only that you'll do anything for some strange, but it also reveals that you don't give a fuck about Black America. You don't care about us, because you got yours. And I suppose it's up to the rest of us to get ours. And that's all I have to say about that, child. And I hope I was able to get my feelings across in a way that you guys would be able to understand it, because I am very, very disappointed, very not happy about any of this. But I'll make it. I'll live. As I like to say, I don't know these people personally. I don't. But it's a hurtful thing. It's dismaying and it's surprising. And, but then again, is it really surprising? Because there were people, when we were enslaved, there were Black people who did not want to accept emancipation. There were Black people who were enslaved that were totally against freedom, who wanted to stay on the plantation and be enslaved. There were Black enslaved, who were against running away. There were enslaved Black people who snitched on those who were plotting and planning to run away. There were enslaved Black people who helped who helped posses hunt down runaway slaves. There were Black people who helped set other Black people up to be re-enslaved. There were Black people who worked with posses to trap Black people and enslave them in the South. Kidnap and enslave these people and bring them to the South. Yeah, it was Black people working with them. And let's not forget that it was also, it was also Black people, it was also Africans too, regardless of how innocent they thought it was. There were Africans who sold other Africans into this form of slavery, this North American style slavery. So we have to be aware that there are going to be people amongst us who are going to be working against us. And it's just really disheartening that Snoop Dogg is one of those people. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? All you can do is just keep moving on. But I tell you that topics like these, I'm going to start putting them into the members only section of Simply Nails Tiny Studio channel, because come Monday, January the 20th, I won't be discussing anything that has to do with the Trump administration or anything affiliated with it, adjacent to it, connected in any form. I will have no comment on it as of Monday, January the 20th publicly. But if you want to know my thoughts about it, or if you feel like you might want to, join in and have a discussion with me, we can do so. But that's only in the members only page, members only section of Simply Nails Tiny Studio. And I would advise you, I invite you to join me over at the members channel so we can have some really, really straight up conversations. And this conversation right here is pretty straight up and straightforward, but I am holding back a lot of things. And in the members only channel section, I don't hold back anything, child. So I think you should come on over there. All right, so I will see you next time here in the Tiny Studio. Thank you so much for watching. Snoop, I hope you're watching too. I hope you're watching, because I would like to know, what your thinking process was in deciding to perform at the crypto ball. I would like to know what your thoughts are. I'd like to know, do you feel any obligations toward the African American community that birthed you? I would like to know how it is that you were able to rationalize. How was you able to rationalize making the decision that you made? I like to know that too. As I said before, I don't care what political party a person is affiliated with. I don't know. I don't care. Those are the rights that we fought for. However, like I said, when you have a situation where a person is working counter towards all other things that Black people have worked so hard to obtain in this country, when you hit your red wagon to a vehicle that is going to implode and bulldoze the Black community as a whole, I have to look at you with the side eye. As I said, people will do a lot of things for some strange. What was that song that not Jam Master Jay, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five said? I can't think of it right now. Well, anyhow, there was another song out back in the early days of hip hop called What People Will Do for Money. What people do for money. Is that you, Snoop? And I don't want to hear any crap about, oh, I did it because I'm trying to unify us. I'm trying to get us united. No, no, no. Donald Trump won by, let me see, 3 million votes or so. I believe that Donald Trump won 77 or is it 78 million American votes, and Kamala Harris won 75 million votes. So he won by 3 million votes. Okay, so you still have 75 or almost 76 million people that's totally against Donald Trump. Okay, 75 to 76 million people that are totally against Donald Trump. So this stuff about we need to unite, that's never going to happen, because we are never going to have the same fundamental ideas. We're never going to have the same thoughts on freedom. We're never going to have the same thoughts on democracy. We're just not. We're not going to have those same values, those same principles. We're not going to have it. It's just not going to happen. So there's no need to use that word unity. We need to unify. That's not going to happen. I mean, because why would I unify with someone or want to be united with someone who wants to hurt me? Why would I want to play nice with someone who wants to destroy me? Why would I want to unite with a group of people that wants to see me do bad? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, would you? So I'm out of here. I have things I need to do this beautiful Saturday. On Saturdays, I like to get some homework done, and then I like to relax for the rest of the weekend. And excuse me, I call it my Soul Train Saturday. So I listen to a lot of 70s and 80s music. I turn on some vintage Soul Train, and I get my groove on and my self-care and my my wellness going on the weekends, right? Because the week is already tough, so it's time to relax and let down your hair. In my case, I'll be putting up my hair in my cap and enjoying my Saturday. So I want you to have a good Saturday as well. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and drop down in the comment section and let me know what you thought or what your thoughts are. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.